They don't really want to hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you could say anything you want about me. I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really want to hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them mad. And you could say anything you want about me. I ain't tripping, that don't make it fact.
Yes, it's come back. It's come back to us. The show that you've all been waiting for. You've all been cussing before. Truth is. Yeah, baby. A little bit of shock. Yes, I know. I get it. But Joe is back with a show. Yes. And I do want you to settle in because it might be a little bit of a long one. I don't want it to drag over, but I would like to get some calls in if possible. I know I've only got I think one person watching right now. If that one person wants to call in, please do. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run through a bunch of clips that I've put together over the past couple of days about the Tommy Robinson marches that happened the other day in the UK. Now, for you guys who don't know who Tommy Robinson is, let's give you a little brief rundown on Tommy Robinson. So he's the founder of the EDL. And for a number of years now in the UK, he's been at the forefront of, let's just say, left-wing politics in the UK. He wants to reform the UK, make Britain great again, and all that kind of stuff. But as it stands, he's starting to get a bit of traction. And the last march that he did in the UK gathered around 300,000 people. They were trying to claim it was over 1 million, but AI and stuff said it was only about 300,000. Now, I would say that he's controversial to say the least, but I'm just going to let the story speak for itself because I've got, I was wondering, in fact, the first thing I was wondering, kind of stop being an idiot. Yeah, about you, shut the fuck up. But anyway, I was trying to say, maybe, I don't know, Connor, but I would look for you to call it. Let me know exactly what you think. I don't want no jokes today. I don't want no jokes today. I'm trying to be serious. Yeah? So if you're going to call in, you're going to pay attention, please do. Because this story right now, I don't know how it's going to hit the algorithm on YouTube, but I want to make sure that I do it properly. So maybe that's why I'm sounding a little bit nervous when I'm trying to cover certain things right now. But also, we're going to look at a guy called Niko. For those of you in America who might not know him, he's a very, very big YouTuber over here. He's got over 4 million subscribers, something like that on his channel. He's infiltrated marches before, and he's done it again. What? He's done it again. So you know what? Let's start with why these marches were happening in the first place. Because the first thing I noticed was, when I was speaking to my brethren, nobody could tell me what these marches were about in the first place. Nobody knew, yeah? Everybody was telling me, it's because Keir Starmer was taking down the flags, and it's because, there's too much immigrants or stuff like that, But mainly, the people would say it was a peace march telling me it's all about the flag, and it's because Keir Starmer's letting people take down our flags. Now, I couldn't find any evidence anywhere across the internet of Keir Starmer saying that he was supporting taking down the flag. Gary Neville said something about taking down the flags, but Keir Starmer never said nothing about taking down the flags. Now, let me see if I can find something that can kind of explain. Let's see what Keir Starmer did actually say, before we go any further. Let's find out what Keir Starmer did say.
We should always fight for our flag. It's our flag, it's our history, our heritage, it's our values. So we should always fight for that flag. I recognise that people want to see a country that's secure in all aspects, secure borders, secure economy, and secure in terms of people's health and opportunities. That is part and parcel of what we are as a country. But there is this battle for the flag. There are some people who want to use it, cause conflict, to use it as it was used in some of the riots last year. I don't think we should give up on our flag. We should reclaim it. It belongs not to me as Prime Minister, not to the government, not to the Labour Party, not to any political party. It belongs to all of us, and we should be proud of it.
There you go. So I couldn't hear him saying anything about the flag being pulled down or him passing any laws for it not to be flown. And look, there's a different conversation to be had about what the St. George's flag is starting to represent. Is it starting to be in danger of becoming like the Confederate flag in America? Is it starting to represent something that nobody wants it to represent? You know, I'm all for flying the flag. It sounds like Kester is too. So I really don't know why everybody was up in arms and blaming him mostly about it in the first place. But let's check out what these marches were really about and who was really actually saying take down the flags before I get into the Niko show.
Well, in the issue of patriotism, Emma in Barnsley, who's a southerner up north, she says, how has it got to this where we take down our flag in preference to others? We are British. We should be proud of it and able to fly our flag as long as we like. We've lost our boys and people are using the flag as our voice because people are frightened to speak. I really think an important point is, what about the king? What does he think about the flag being taken down for others? If the Queen was alive today, do you really think this would be happening? The whole thing is extreme. I cannot believe I'm even texting this. A lot of people sharing that. Emma, thank you very much indeed for that. Of course, Keir Starmer, we are told, backs the flag, both being flown and the spirit of them. The Union flag and the St George's flag are the ones in question here. Yet councils like Tower Hamlets and in Birmingham, removing them under flimsy sort of safety excuses seems to be the standard response now. Tower Hamlets, led by disgraced Mayor Lutfur Rahman, allowed Palestinian flags to stay, although he did take them down last year, while we now know that the St George's flags have got to come down. So what is the deal? In Birmingham, removing them under flimsy sort of safety backs the flag, both being flown and the spirit of them. The Union flag and the St George's flag are the ones in question here. Yet councils like Tower Hamlets and in Birmingham, removing them under...
So it was councils in Tower Hamlet and Birmingham that were removing the flags. It had nothing to do with Keir Starmer. I know he is the Prime Minister, so he should be able to overturn any council, but, you know, every council run in different ways. So it's not his position, it's not his place to step in and tell them how to run their council, especially because certain other councils are not run. It's not run by Labour parties. So who knows? I haven't looked into it that deep to find out which party is running those areas, but it just goes to show you how people can get one thing inside their head and just run with it. You know, let me get to what this whole march was about. Yeah, we'll start with, because all the rumblings, all the news reports, everything was saying that there weren't racist marches. You know, there was people saying stuff like this at the beginning. Let's go.
Who literally founded the English Defence League, is hosting a march called Unite the Kingdom. And despite questionable groups confirming they'll be attending, we're being told that they're not racist and it's just slander by the media.
We're not here because of their skin colour, we're not here because of race, we're not here because of what they look like. There's people over there shouting racist, far right. There's no far right, there's no hooligans here, there's no racism here, it's nothing to do with skin colour.
We're not racist.
Not racist at all.
It's not a racist march.
The government don't like voices like ours, so what they do is they lie about us, they smear us. White supremacist, Nazi, racist, Islamophobe.
Right. So look at Niko there. So this is Niko, people. For those of you who don't know him, this is Niko, right? This is him getting into his makeup for this march. But before we play the rest of that one, yeah, I want you to see a little bit of what he's done in the past and how he's what he's known for, how he's infiltrated and how he's got in trouble as well with these guys in the past. So he's kind of treading on ice here by being at another one of these rallies. So look.
Cover witnessing racism in front of my eyes. And this is the story of how I got here. In 2018, I pranked a racist group called the English Defence League.
They're our streets.
And they're taking our jobs.
Yeah, they're taking our houses, they're taking the lot.
And they took your teeth as well.
Yeah, they did.
After this, I ended up getting a whole load of death threats from the EDL, and in response, I founded my own group called the Niko Defence League, aka the NDL. And over the years, we've stood up against racism, but there's one clip that I've never released. Racism in the UK was high, and I went to a far-right march to see it myself, and I wore a mask to hide my identity.
So EDL TV, mate,
You're on the best channel on YouTube.
British, older, fucking white.
So why are you here today?
I don't give a fuck, mate. BLM, mate. Fuck them all. Fuck them all, mate.
All of them, yeah? Every single one of them, you schmuck.
Come over to the mob, mate. Come over to the mob. Come, just fucking have it, mate. There's everyone here, all the whites, mate. You don't see one. You don't see one of them here, yeah?
Take back our country.
That's it, mate. That's all we got to do. We've got to take it back, mate.
Yeah, you're a very smart guy.
When we take it back, mate, that is fucking it, mate.
We need more people like you.
Come talk to my people.
But unfortunately for me, this mask wasn't on properly.
This makes system. Oh, damn, we've been caught. If I'm black, I know where to go. What do you mean I know where to go? What are you hiding behind this mask? What do you mean? I'm walking off.
Take your mask off.
Oh, keep trying to throw stuff.
Take your fucking mask off.
Just walk away, please. I'm a what? What? That's how you get in and out of a racist march, and we're saying this isn't racist.
But this situation really got me thinking. If they're willing to call me a black bleep to my face, then what would these guys be saying to each other when they're comfortable behind closed doors?
Exactly. What are they going to be saying? Peter, be careful. Are you one of them that saying it's behind our backs? Yeah, behind our backs. Behind our backs. But no, seriously, that's what takes us to today, though. That's what takes us to the most recent events of him infiltrating the latest EDL, well, we can't call it EDL march. There were peaceful protests about the flag, apparently, yeah, allegedly. So let me just. This is where we get back to this one where he's getting ready to go into the march. So let's go.
I decided to go undercover myself and find out people's motivations for going, and also see if there actually is racism or if it's one big smelly lie. But this time I wasn't cutting any corners. There's many people at this march who might have sent me death threats in the past, so I employed an undercover security team to keep me safe and help me blend in. I also completely transformed my identity all the way through to my personality. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ron Side.
It's an honor to be here. I'm Ron, a 64-year-old man. I love my kids. I love my wife. But above everything, I love Tommy Robinson. I even met him once.
You support us, the NDL. Come on, man. Cheers, man. Cheers, Bob.
So with that, I headed out our home base and towards the march. What were we going to see? What opinions were we going to hear? We've been told that no one at this march is racist. Well, let's see about that. The setting for the march was sunny. The moods were high. Almost everyone was drinking, and we were singing our lungs out.
Oh, Tommy! Tommy Robinson! Tommy Robinson! I love how everyone joins in. Tommy
Robert. Nah, why am I singing that guy's name? Are you mad? But nah, on a serious note though, guys, it's crazy how much people did actually turn out for this thing. I was shocked. I was actually shocked. I was in a... Anyway, I'm gonna let the video talk for itself because there's a lot more to get through. So you know what? Let's get to the next one. And as these people are talking and you're seeing what people are really thinking about Great Britain, I want you guys to think about what you want to say to me when you come in here. Yeah, so let me play the next one. Let's get to this.
Wait, one sec.
Don't just elect us with your kids. Don't.
Who's streets? Our streets. What we protesting, love?
Well, at the end of the day, who knows? Because fucking...
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
We are laws, you know, the whole sex out shining in the wood.
Oh, they call us racist for wanting all the blacks and the Muslims gone.
I love bacon. I love black pudding. Bring on the full fucking English breakfast. I want bacon. Hot, streaky bacon.
Yeah.
Fucking smoked bacon.
That's what we...
Fucking mindless bacon.
Yeah.
Just give me bacon.
Can I ask you a question, yeah?
Yeah, you can.
What's your favourite immigrant?
I've got a favourite immigrant.
That's the right answer. What's your least favourite, though?
I've got one, Islam.
Islam, yeah, that's a good immigrant.
If you're not Islam, fuck out the country. Every fucking pound, 76 pence, out of every pound goes to Islamic hotels.
How did you know all this stuff? Who teaches
Because I
you?
watch everything. I'm very fucking knowledgeable.
So wait, how many Muslims are there in the country?
There's about 14,000. And they're breeding like fucking rabbits.
There's 14,000 in the country.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, wait a second. There's only 14,000 Muslims in the UK. This is what I'm saying, man. Some of these people at this thing are just so uneducated, or they're getting their education from some dumb places like Facebook. I'm telling you, this is the state of Great Britain at the moment, though. By the way, people, yeah, these are the people that are coming to these marches and telling us that, you know, they're only there. But, okay, if you think it's a peaceful march, by the way, let us continue talking. Let me stop talking. Let us talk.
Absolutely outrageous enough.
English women, shut up.
There's 14,000
Yeah,
Muslims
do you know
here.
Queenie Hopkins?
But wait, there's 14,000 Muslims in the country.
You know,
there's
Islams.
14,000 Islams in the whole country.
All spread about. There's more than that.
There's a lot more than that, mate.
Well, how many then?
About 20,000.
20? Oh, no, mate. Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't. There's no. No, there's not. There's not.
There is. Now they're getting pushed.
By the way, guys, yeah, don't go too far in the chat, innit? Yeah, I will start timing you out if I see something too mad. Yeah, just don't push it. Yeah, I love the jokes, but not too far today. Not on this subject. Yeah, but let
there's more Muslims in fucking rest of the fucking country.
Now they
English,
You're making me cry, mate.
Fucking any other country is more Muslims.
You're making me cry. You're making me cry. Listen, guys. Guys. I just want to come out and say something. Yeah, don't judge me for this.
We're not going to
judge people, mate. We don't judge people.
You don't judge people.
No, don't fuck. I'm a Geordie man.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like black people.
Nor do I. Nor do I.
So we're on the same page.
Fucking right. Black people are fucking.
I know what.
Oh.
We don't need them.
Alright, can we get a picture, all of us together? That's a great pic. But listen, guys.
Don't like black side, you know what I mean? Fuck them all, get them out of the country.
Oh, wow, yeah, fair. Where
this
that
is a white country, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Christian country.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need blacks, we don't need fucking Islam, we don't need fucking
Yes, we don't need the blacks.
We don't need no one like that.
What would
That's far I think the great fucking...
What would you do if you saw a black right now?
Do you know
what I didn't like about that in particular? She didn't just say she don't like blacks, she said she don't like Jamaicans in particular. Why? I want me to do you. I want me to do you. She actually specifically said Jamaicans. Yeah. If you didn't catch it, I'm going back a little bit. She said, "Don't need Jamaicans."
It's a great pic. But listen, guys.
Don't like black side, you know what I mean? Fuck them all, get them out of the country.
Oh wow, yeah, fair. Where
this
that
is a white country, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Christian country.
Oh yeah.
We don't need blacks, we don't need fucking Islam, we don't need fucking
Yes, we don't need the blacks.
We don't need no one like that.
That's
far I think the great fucking...
What would you do if you saw a black right now?
Do you know what I've got in my bag?
What would you do?
I've got 3 knives in my bag, I've got a fucking blade.
You've got 3 knives in your bag and you'd use them on the black if you saw one?
Fucking right, I would.
Oh, mental, that's crazy.
No, I didn't give a fuck me.
Good, I'm glad you do that.
Do you want to see them?
No, we'll be fine actually, yeah, we'll be good.
I put one in the cement box, got a Chinese blade that it'll fucking do your artery. And I couldn't give a fuck.
Oh, crazy. Well, I think that's a great way for us to just say, like, who's straights?
Oh, street!
Who's straights?
Oh, street!
Distraction tactics. Who's straights?
Oh, street!
Yeah, get out of here quick. Face out.
What's your name?
Oh, good. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I do love Niko for the way he trolls people during this march. Yeah, you're going to hear that quite a lot as well. Who's straights? Oh, straights! That was just one of the first. Well, I don't even know. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. These clips are not in order on purpose for you guys to go back and watch it on Niko's channel as well, right? I'll leave the link in the description after the show. But if you guys go ahead and go and check out the show in its entirety, that would obviously be helpful to him. Well, I guess so. He's already on 4 million subscribers. He don't need no more help. But let's get into the next clip real quick because there's so much more examples of this, but I just picked out a few. But you know, actually, let me put this one in there as well because there was there were people there as well for a peaceful protest. So let's not muddy the waters with just people who talk shit. Yeah, let's see some of the people that were there for good reasons.
True definition of dangerous.
What are we fighting for, guys?
I don't know.
There we go. That's an honest answer. Guys, I've got a confession to make, yeah? My granddad, he was actually mixed race. He was actually part black.
Fuck off, yeah.
Oh.
That's okay.
It's okay. Is that okay, mate? I'm sorry. So you don't care about that stuff?
No. That's not about that, is it? You're the same, we're not...
Yeah, like, I hate every black person I see here.
No, cannot say that.
Really?
Yeah. What have they done to you?
You're right, actually. Wait, so we should be proud to be British, no matter where we come from?
When you live over here, you're proud to be British. You're living over here.
Oh, yeah? No, I like. Listen, mate, I like what you say.
On the inside.
Huh?
They're all pink on the inside, mate.
Well, yeah, we all bleed blood, mate. So the reason, what's the reason you're here then, mate?
Sick of the Labour government. They need to go. The Labour needs to go. People are right. Try and make out they're embarrassed of the flag or whatever. Are you embarrassed of the flag?
I'm not embarrassed of the flag, mate. Wow. This is the first person I spoke to who didn't agree with my views. The first one, can you believe it? He's completely delusional if he thinks coloured folk aren't a disease to our country who hate our flag. Not a single one of them benefits us.
I do, like I said, I love how Niko chose this, but do you know what? That at least there were some people there that were just there to protest for something pure. See him holding the flag, but once again, I feel like he was misled by what the protests were about. And this is sometimes how these left-wing activists, I don't know what you want to call them, left-wing leaders of the left wing, get you involved in things that you're not quite sure what you're representing, because every person you ask at that march, they're there for different reasons, and some of the reasons are crazy and some of the reasons aren't even real. They're not based in facts. So this is why I find sometimes these marches a bit nuts, because if you don't know what you're marching for, you shouldn't be marching. You should have a clear, precise reason why you're at something like that. Yeah, because you don't want your voice muddled up in something that's nothing to do with you. But hey, let's continue this one anyway.
I hate them all. I was getting a bit flustered, so I needed someone with an actual grip on reality to calm me down.
Fuck you all. Because Keir Starmer is a bummer. Not a wanker, he's a bummer.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not on your fucking phone.
Alright, come here, mate. Listen, you.
You'll be taking pictures. Tell me.
I turn.
Chucking him up.
He wants to film us. You grab him, chuck
What are
him
you
in
doing
the
with that
river.
fucking phone,
What are you doing there, you stupid prick, yeah? Hey,
Honestly, don't, man.
listen, flip off, go away, you little dickhead.
You're doing that drink.
Listen, mate. Okay, yeah.
Just chuck him
You
in
know
the
what?
fucking drink.
I was about to get him too.
Not right. It's
I
not
was about to get him too, but we'll leave him to it.
Not right, is it?
No, it's not right.
Right,
It's
just
not
take a
right.
picture of you on his phone.
No, it's not right. I would have backed you, and we would have got him.
I just took to me now, I would have bought.
That cameraman got away with one there, as we would have ended him, but let's not distract ourselves from the real reason we're here. To take back our streets.
Whose street?
Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Christian knows. Right, listen. I'll tell you what. Not too much more clips to get through before I open up the lines, guys. So you know what I'm gonna do? What I will do is I'll play the last couple of clips, and then I'll open up the lines. Yeah. I might open up the lines while I play the last couple of clips. Actually, did I play this one already? Yes, I did. This one. So next in line. So at the show, you know, because it was kind of like at one point it turned into like a concert, where they took to the stage and Tommy Robertson was talking and Katie Hopkins was talking, and yeah, all I can say is it got a bit. I think I'll get that. I'll play that one second to last, actually, because I'll let her speak, and then we're going to listen to what the likes of Gary Neville had to say right at the end before we start talking.
Literally founded the...
Oh, just made that. Is it this one?
I say.
Oh, that one, ready. Where is it? I guess we are listening to Katie Hopkins now, then. Yeah, let's go straight to Katie Hopkins now.
Hopkins took to the stage at the Unite the Kingdom March and the crowd erupted. For 5 straight minutes, she delivered hard-hitting truths that had everyone cheering. Before we show you this clip, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content.
By the way, never subscribe to his channel. I'm pretty sure he's a far right, by the way. A far right channel, very, let's just say, English central. I'll say no more. But you know what? Do we end what? No, let's watch this first, and then we'll see what Niko says, and then we see what. I don't know which order's best. Which order's best? Let's keep the Niko going, and we'll get back to Kate.
What would happen at these marches if people spoke unfiltered to someone who looked like them? And the answer has genuinely shocked me.
All fuck off. 3 nights in the
Kill them on the beach. Right, I'm out.
There's enough's enough.
Give me your hand.
Red one back.
Your race is confirmed.
fucking right I am. What did they call me out for?
From this, I think it's clear to say there's a clear racism and Islamophobia issue in the UK. I don't believe everyone at this march is racist, but it's clear a lot of racists feel very comfortable being involved. And instead of anyone here calling it out, it's completely denied.
It's not a racist parade.
These are far right, these are racist. I don't see any racism. There's no far right, there's no hooligans here, there's no racism here. It's nothing to do with skin colour.
They managed to silence us for 20 years with labels. Racist, Islamophobe, far right. They don't work anymore.
Try to deny it now, because thanks to my free speech, it's out there. Now this video is obviously going to bring back the death threats towards me, and if I could just ask all of the angry people sending them towards me one favour, just spell my name right. Love and guidance, peace out, and shush.
And shush. Yeah, I love that, Niko. Listen, well done. By the way, guys, I'm always going to say, please go check out that in its entirety. He does such a good job of trolling and getting the word out about what's really going on inside of these marches, because I don't know if I'll be brave enough to do that. I think my nose is probably too big to do that, so I could probably never do that. I should try and get somebody in there. I know enough people. Let's go to what Kate Hopkins was saying before I so rudely interrupt.
Well, don't you all look lovely today? This is how your capital city should look on a daily basis. There is only one man that could have made this happen today, and that man is Tommy Robinson. And let me tell you, you've been called many things. You've been pushed to the back of the line. You've been given labels. You've been smeared by the mainstream media, by the BBC, by all the people who put you down. But you are none of those things, because you are great people indeed. And they have tried to silence us. They took my friend Tommy and they put him in prison. They took my friend Charlie and they shot him. They tried to take my children and they deported my ass from Australia.
By the way, that ha-ha wasn't for anybody getting shot, by the way. It was about Tommy Robinson. Let me just make that clear.
And I say fuck the Australians for that. But it doesn't matter. They can put us in prison. They can shoot us. They can lock us up, but they will not stop us now. Because we are not here because we hate. We are not here because we want bad things for other people. We are here because we grew up knowing freedoms, and we will get those freedoms back for our kids and our grandchildren. Yes, we will.
You know what? What freedoms is she talking about? What freedoms don't she have right now? What has immigration? What has black, white, black, Asian? I don't know any other. I don't know any other demographic have to do with the standard of your living. How are they affecting it? Because all she's doing is that she wants to make the country take it back for our kids. What are you taking it back from? Nobody's trying to take it from you. I think that's where that's where we're going wrong. Yeah, that's where everybody's a little bit confused. I don't think anybody wants to take a country away from you, love. Yeah. Or is it just that you don't like sharing? Anyway.
And I will say 3 things. I speak for no one but myself. And I remain the biggest bitch in Britain. But let me say, I don't care what religion you are. Just don't try and take your religion and shove it down the faces of my children or my people. I don't care what biological sex you may think you might be. You can identify as a light if you want to. I will take a light bulb and I will shove it up your ass if it makes you happy. I don't care. But do not ask me to believe the same shit that you believe. There are only 2 biological sexes, and that's all there will ever be. And when it comes to race and colour, we all got along very well for a good 20, 30 years till they started to divide us. We don't care what colour you are. We don't care where you come from. But if you want to come to this fine country, you better come here. You better work hard. You better fit in. You better love our flag, because if you don't want to fit in, then you can fuck off. Yeah. My darlings, remember this feeling. Remember this day. Remember what Tommy Robinson has achieved against all the odds, because each one of you showed up, and I bloody love you all for it. You are told that you are alone. You are told that you don't matter. Take it from me and you can take it to the bank. You are not alone. We are many and we are stronger together. Thank you for listening.
Well, that was a whole speech. Wow. Do you know the funny thing is, right? Sometimes when you do listen to the far right and they say some things, I'm like, okay, I agree with that. Okay, I agree with that. And then they say something, you're like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? Do you know, there's other people I used to listen to and I didn't know what they were really about until later on. You know, I even used to listen to Charlie Kirk when he used to speak on biological sexes and stuff like that outside of colleges. And then I realized he was also far right, you know, later on. I was like, oh, okay, that's what you're really about. Okay, I'll push on. But there's value behind what they're saying sometimes. That's why it fills so many people with such pride. You know, but anyway, it's not for me to discuss. It's not for me to say, sorry. I want to discuss this with you guys when I open the lines anyway. Let's talk. Let's just hear from the last. This is the last clip I'm going to play, and I'm going to open the line while this is playing, yeah? This is obviously, if you're a Manchester United fan and you're here watching with me, everybody should know who this guy is. For those of you who don't know who he is a Manchester United legend named Gary Neville, and he has some words to say on the flag as well. And this is getting him a lot of heat at the moment. So let's just watch this before I open the lines.
Seeing the news last night dominated by the horrific attacks within the Jewish community. I was driving home from Salford City last night, seeing 60, probably 50 or 60 Union Jack flags. And I just kept thinking as I was driving home last night that we're all being turned on each other. And the division that's being created is absolutely disgusting. Mainly created by angry, middle-aged white men who know exactly what they're doing. Funnily enough, on one of my development sites last week, there was a Union Jack flag put up and I took it down instantly. And some people might be watching this and thinking, well, Gary, you're not very patriotic. I played my country 85 times. I love my country. I love Manchester and I love England. But I've been building in this city for 15, 20 years and there's no one put a Union Jack flag up in the last 15 to 20 years, so why do you need to put one up now? Because quite clearly it's sending a message to everybody that there is something you don't like. The Union Jack flag being used in a negative fashion is not right. And I'm a proud supporter of England, of Great Britain, of our country, and we're championing it anywhere in the world as being one of the greatest places to live. But I think we need to check ourselves. We need to check ourselves and sort of start to think about bring ourselves back to a neutral point, because we're being pulled right and left, and we don't need to be pulled right and left at all. I've always said this about, I played in a football team with a group of people from Manchester, a group of people from Ireland, Wales, Scotland, but also people from Africa, people from Asia, people from America, people from Europe, and we were a beautiful team, united as one. Brexit has had a devastating impact on this country, and the messaging is getting dangerous, extremely dangerous. All these idiots that are out there spreading hate speech in any form and abuse in any form, we must stop promoting them. We must stop elevating our voices towards them. And it needs to stop now and get back to a country of love, of peace, of harmony, and become a team again.
Do you know what, right? Do you know what I find funny when you hear each side speak? You're both preaching the same thing. You're both preaching unity, you're both preaching togetherness, but some people want it achieved in a different way. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It sounds, you see, the thing is, yeah, she used buzzwords like, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, she's saying close the borders. So how is it? Do you know, immigration has been around for thousands and thousands of years, and half of the people that are here through immigration were asked to come here at first, and now you're saying, oh, there's too much now. But if there's not a continuous cycle of immigration, do you know what? The profession I used to work in before I started doing YouTube and stuff like that, I used to do recruitment for the NHS. Do you know how much nurses in the NHS are actually white? Do you know how many NHS nurses actually come across the waters from India, from Thailand? Filipino nurses. Do you know how much Filipino nurses are in this country? African nurses, obviously. I'm not sure, but the London workforce of nurses, I'm pretty sure, is probably dominated by immigrants. I'm not going to give you an exact percentage because I don't know it, but it's going to be dominated by immigrants. And it's not only it's the fact that people do jobs that a lot of people don't want to do, who have never been bothered to get the skills to do. How many nurses do you know in your family? I can count about 4 in mine alone. But do you know what? Let me open up the lines anyway. The lines are open. First caller, straight through the door. Wrap up. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Wagwan.
Boy, the truth is truth, innit?
Just a little word on this thing, innit? Just a little word on this thing, innit? I'm gonna state from the outright, yeah. I don't care for left and right. Don't care for that shit, yeah. But what I'm gonna say is, very good video. But all I'm gonna say to people is, look at many videos, because yes, there are racists there. There's the general public there. You've had enough of shit that's going on, and there's people with agendas. So what I'm gonna say to you, there's a lot of things getting conflated. This march is about, especially with Tommy's things. Well, that's another thing. I'll talk on Tommy a bit later on. But this main thing is about his objective, which is fair enough. The grooming gangs and what it's done to a large part of.
But that's how he gets a larger audience out. By conflating these things together. Yeah, it's a march about immigration, but no, it's really about the flag. So everything gets muddled together. Do you understand?
The flag is what I call a symptom afterwards, because that's the thing now that the far left said anyone who has a St. George's flag or the Union Jack is racist. Sorry, which I don't believe. That's bullshit. That's not solving nothing. My thing is this. I'll be real. What's happened here? because this happens in a lot of countries. If you stopped the problem at source and stopped covering it up, because I've done my research, been up to Imagine Noirs. This is what I started because I used to hate a lot of man saying, no, they're racist, they're this, but it's not as simple as that. If you'd have just admitted to the grooming gang situation that's been going on in this country for over 30 years, yeah, a lot of this stuff would be happening and let them get out with a slap on the wrist. A lot of this stuff that's going on, that's been building up now, won't be happening. I've been to, like, people have told me that they're seeing flags out in places like Epsom, Kingston. That's how you know it's like, it's no longer just these racists. Shit's really going down. And things haven't been, there's always been an undercurrent. I said it even after the London riots. There's a lot of issues that haven't been solved, and it's all bubbling to the surface. As for that video,
yeah, go on.
it's a classic. I respect it because there are the ones you just jump on the bandwagon, you just want to use it for an excuse for the racism. Because I clocked it straight with that woman. I said, she's a racist. I clocked it straight away. Before she said anything out of her mouth, I said,
there's more. There's more. If you watch that video, yeah, there's so many more. I didn't show the video in its entirety, innit? I just showed you clips because I didn't want to, just.
And
I want to have some time.
How the guy saved himself in that video is that he admitted that not everyone in that march is racist. Because if he said everyone in the march, or the majority of people in the march are racist, I'd have said, oh, you're boring. You're just going to continue. You're just going to incite the whole thing again, and this thing ain't going to be solved. What needs to be solved is the actual issues that's really going on that hasn't been solved. The corruption in the police, which is corruption to black people, the grooming gangs, this and that. It's a whole palaver that's going on. Whole palaver. That's the truth of the matter. And then there's people that take advantage of it and just use it for their own agenda.
So many people turn up because they try to make it into something else. And this is one thing any sort of protest is always at danger of becoming a riot. Let's just face it. Yeah. Luckily, that one was mostly peaceful. We did see things like that girl got chased out and whatever else in it, which was not nice. Yeah,
because it was mostly decent. It was mostly decent general public. I've got to admit, like even with Tommy Robinson, I used to hate that dude. But when he started bringing receipts to what he was talking about, I just say, listen, you've got your thing. I don't agree with everything you say, but when you're talking about these grooming gangs and everything like that, I can't lie and say, it's bullshit. There's too many receipts.
It's not like they don't exist.
And then you got Maggie Noir backing him. It's like, and then, it's a mad thing.
Say that again?
I said, like, then you got Maggie Noir, backing him up with what he's saying. And I'm like, more people are coming out about this grooming gang thing. It's like, it's a madness. So, but on certain other topics, I don't agree with him. So it is what it is.
On the far right, bro. On the far right, there was so much.
That's it is all. The term far right is getting abused now. Sorry. Even the term far left. Because I'll say a little story to you. My mum had to deal with the actual far right when I was a young youth. When I used to live in, God bless her soul, when I used to live in Hendon, Dr. Martin's Donnies, them NFs, real NFs, to really deal with them. Not anyone who just has an opinion that's not left wing, that's not set like proper, like it's not centre left or left wing. You're called far right. It's like it's dead now, bro. It's dead. That's why I don't really know. When somebody says call someone far right, I have to go and look for myself and see if they're far right. I can't just call anyone far right anymore because the terms has got diluted.
I fully agree with that, though. And this is why when Tommy Robinson said it on stage, I actually took that to heart when he said it. The term far right doesn't work anymore. The term racist doesn't work anymore, and it's because every 2 seconds people are trying
the left is abused it. Yeah. And that's the thing.
It is in danger of becoming. I think the more that people challenge others on situations, the more easier it gets for us to have these conversations. But at the same time, I don't like what you said. I mean, I like what you said there, but I don't like how it is actually affecting conversations when it comes to things like race and comes to things like equality and things like that and immigration.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Stirred up, and we're getting this.
It's like I'm not gonna. It's nothing to do with this thing, yeah. But it's like how can I put it in another way? Because I don't want to ruin your monetization. So I'll say something that's it's like the grape situation that's kind of close. Oh yeah, you know. So can I just say? So I can say what I want, yeah. Yeah, so you know the rape situation. When people get accused of rape, you know about the Victoria Everest situation. They had a Victoria Everest
situation. Oh yeah. So I know that situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
So that girl is local to me. Yeah, she's from my ends, and she's been putting bare man down for rape. Go watch the Winners podcast as well. It's just come out, but she's from my ends in Edmund. Enfield. Yeah,
I thought it was one guy. I thought it was one guy, bro.
No, it's Bear Man. She's put Bear Man down. She's been doing the same thing for years.
No.
She's been doing it for years. It's a sick game for her. She lives on my bedroom's road.
Wow.
I sent him the video.
You're going to be talking a whole different subject because I think girls should go down for those kind of things. They should.
But anyway, my point was, yeah, that's the next topic you should cover. But my whole point was, when you start over exaggerating things or lying on things, lying on topics, when these actual things need to be addressed, people start dismissing it, and that's what's happening now because people over exaggerate. Oh, you're far right, or what was the one that was in South? You're a white supremacist. It's like, oh, come on, bro. When the actual white supremacist is there, people ain't gonna believe you. This is the problem.
You know what? That's true. You know what? That's true. You can't keep calling everything.
Before I go to attend to my cooking and wings and that, this immigration thing, we need to be real about it. When I went to Uganda, my home country, for the first time in 2015, they are serious about this immigration thing. They don't care if you're black, white, Asian, ain't got your papers, get the fuck out. Don't matter what is. My brother was saying when he went to Trinidad, he had a Trini girlfriend at the time. In Caribbean, they're serious about this immigration thing as well. They're not soft like the UK. Every other country in the world, apart from the West, forget Western, every other countries in the world, yeah, they take their immigration things seriously. They're nice, they're very respectful, they're very accommodating. They don't care. When it comes to this immigration, they don't play. Same with Canada as well, to a lot. If you ain't got your papers, don't matter. It don't matter. Don't matter. You're gone.
Do you see this? Do you see this?
If the far right existed, places would be from 5 years ago. That's a bit mad. It depends on what context he means by the far right. If he means by this new age far right, fair enough. But I think the whole term's it's been confused now. That's my point. When I say far right, I mean actual. I think this is what I mean by far right. I mean actual certified racist, like PMP, NF, NF, all of them things there. China's another one. They are serious about the immigration thing.
He say serious about immigration, but China is everywhere. Do you know in certain parts of
they're colonizing the world economically. They're coming to Uganda as well, but the ministers fuck them up. So I've been seeing the videos fucking them up, trying to steal diamonds and that and all the rules. See, I know what's going on. So you used to do them as well in Jamaica, so be careful.
I'm telling you, they've been taken over everywhere. So maybe if you, the thing is, you know, the corruption that KD speaks about,
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. Yeah, it's okay. They lax the laws for certain people. You see, like
Yeah.
the Caribbean's harsh with the immigration rules, but then there's how much Chinese people building all over the.
Because what's happened? What's happened with China? Yeah.
Corruption.
Yeah, money, the paper, exactly. The papers got them googly, exactly. But in Uganda, yeah, they said, listen, you're doing one thing, set up our railways and get the fuck out, because we see what you're doing. You're trying to steal resources for your mobile phones and not pay us, and not give us the money. Same thing in Congo, same thing, all that, that's what's going on.
Taking the money from what they're getting in it, but it's not really worth the resources that they're taking. That's the thing.
Yeah,
so
that's why they're getting kicked out. That's why they're getting kicked out and bust up. Because they clocked on. They tried to steal a whole big rock from Ethiopia and Uganda. They clocked them and said, why are you trying to bring that away? They said, these Chinese ministers, and he just stomped him out there and then. It was beautiful to see, bro. But back on track with this thing. I'll be honest with this thing. Good video on that, but it's a very nuanced thing, innit? That's all I'm gonna say in it. I'll let someone else have a very nuanced. It's a very nuanced thing.
This is a good point there by Headley, innit? Yeah. You know, thank you, big up, wrap up. Thank you, man. Go attend to them chicken wings. I know you said you was cooking your chicken wings still. Thank you for staying and talking to me. But I see what you're saying about the video being nuanced though, because it is like what Headley Headley saying here. He did only ask piss sense but I think most of the people there were pissed up still. Do you know what I mean? Everybody was drinking that day. But yeah, I do believe he should have spoken to some more I don't know, someone a little bit more aware of the situation they're in, yeah. Because, but I think that's another reason why he didn't ask them. Because I think for me, if you look closely enough, I think you could probably tell that was a mask. Do you know what I mean? But it's those who are not paying attention that won't, and he's probably trying to not get found out and stay in there as long as possible, innit? But let's go. I've got one more caller, guys. Let's go to Mark Head. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the show.
It's interesting, bro. Like, I don't know if I could talk too much about the Union Jack and the St. George's flag, but I would say the immigration thing is a concern for somebody like me as a Caribbean brother. You know what I mean? The Commonwealth is a serious thing for us Caribbean people.
I have a Jamaican passport, eh? I have a Jamaican passport. Just remember that, all right? So, the other day, what was it? Farage said if he gets in, the first thing he's going to do is take away indefinite leave. I was like, well, you know what happened to me, right? It's going to sound like this. I'll be doing videos from Jamaica.
Bro, you need to organize your stuff, bro. Bro, I had to get a visa. I can send you my visa, bro. I went and got a visa, bro, because last time I came to watch a game, they had already announced it, but I didn't even pay attention to the news, bro. But the people was like, yeah, ETA and whatnot is a man just come and go regular. So you just come for your game and you go in the next day or two. So yeah, don't let this happen to you again, else we'll ship you back. Boom. Make sure and get it for the next time. So I went, bro, £250. And then you had to pay £150 for the biometrics because we have a level 3 embassy, so we had to do the stuff online here. So that's £150. You dig? So it's them kind of things. It's like £400 and 6 months, but I just do a 6 months because I know the company gonna do a 10 years for me in May. So I do a 6 months for myself until they do the 10 years. So for me, I kind of disappointed.
Germany, right?
Yeah.
You're living in Germany, right? So
I ain't got
How
my
old
German
are you
passport yet.
these days? So is it just when you
I've
come over here that it affects you?
And look at that, bro. Like, like people related to me fight in the World War II to save London, and this is the thanks we get for that, bro. That's how the Caribbean community feel. I'm pretty sure Jamaicans feel the same way. Grenadians feel the same way.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, bro. But then there's parts of it. You hear a woman in the like I said, you asked that pisshead woman in the street, and she was saying, she was saying things like, "We don't need blacks, we don't need Asians, we don't need Jamaicans, we don't need any of them, whatever. Yeah, send them all back, whatever." But then, when someone like Katie Hopkins is speaking, she said, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter who you are. We need to get a hold on this, and fight for Britain, make Britain great again, and all that kind of stuff in it. So the message is confusing, for one.
Brother.
Yeah.
I would, for me as a Caribbean brother, I wouldn't say too confusing, and I don't like to speak on politics too often because it's be a little bit contradictory. But if I was to be honest, bro, I would say it's normal. It's like what else you expect, bro?
I try
to
not
be
to.
fair.
Yeah, but go on.
Look,
Sorry,
to
go
be
on.
fair, bro, it's like to be fair, bro. To me, an island boy, I looking at it like that's the normal situation, like the mode of operations. It just was, a underbelly thing for the hour, but must come to the fore again at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I don't know about you, yeah, but it's been rising for a while over here in England. I think the UK and America kind of follow the same tone when it comes to these racial things, and I know
Bro,
it's on the rise out there. I think it's on the rise over here at the moment. But I think even Brexit was
it
happened to
was
this country.
kind of on the rise here too for a while, bro. But a lot of people here, not on that burning out our vibes. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people in general, it's logical, bro. You like football, you like sports, all these things is one nation, one community events. You think you like music? It's a variety of artists that have. So if you like all these things, movies, all these things, and you have favorite actors and actresses and bands and all these things, then really and truly, you're supposed to be a person of the world. But some people like to have the cake and eat it too. You can't help it. They can't help it, bro. That's just how it is. And I mean, we would hope that these things would be things of the past and easily grown out of and matured over. But it don't happen like that, bro. And it's disappointing, to be fair.
You know what the funny thing is, yeah? Did you even know that those marches happened?
Yeah. But at the same time, yeah, because I pay attention, bro. You know what I mean? I travel to England regularly, so I pay attention to certain breaking news and things because it could affect me. And of course, as a foreigner, bro, it could be real for me. My accent thing.
Yeah, I mean, you
So,
over here at time and you took a wrong turn and you ended up on that street.
bro, listen, and I just do a lot of walking when I come to London, bro. Like when I come off the plane, I just catch a train to Manchester, from the airport, and I just walk to King Sheet from what do you call this place again?
You have to tell me because I don't go to Manchester often, for being honest. So you have to tell me.
You know the main station in Manchester now? Forget what it's called it. What kind of fruity name?
You have to tell me. I'm not a Mancunian. I am a Londoner.
I know even a Mancunian king, you know what I mean? As a Mancunian in heart,
Yeah,
in
you know
heart,
that
in
for
heart, in heart. But you know what I mean? But anyway, I just go to the station. From there, I just walk to King Street, bro. It's a 15-minute walk, bro. So, you know what I mean? I walk in through the streets, normal back streets, bro. You know what I mean? So, for me, I just hope that people use the better judgment, bro, in general, because I don't see the need to be watching face. I want to say watching face, creed and race. I don't think it matter. I think everybody is just a human being And I just see people for who they are, and it don't matter where you come from or where it is, bro. You know what I mean? And I think when people can get to that point, we go start to make progress in the world. We go have peace and we got all these things. But when it's our people who feel because they look a certain way or they're born a certain way, they're better than others, it's a difficult battle ahead.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Pick up this, Mark. Thank you, though, man. Thank you for calling in. Because you know the funny thing is, right? It is a difficult battle ahead, but we've been going through this battle. The difficult battle has also been behind us. You know, I think funny thing is people of 4 or 5 generations ago would say that we are soft, so what we're going through is nothing. Let's be honest. You know, it's crazy to think that. But everybody wants to be so politically correct these days that it's almost sickening to me sometimes. So I do understand why people are getting so frustrated with the bending of rules, with the changing of rules, with what they seem to think is unfair treatment towards native people of their country. Now it's hard to say that everything that they say is wrong, because it's not. You have to be balanced when you're having a real conversation here. Yeah, there's the jokes. We can make the jokes. Yes, we can poke fun here and there. And yes, there are idiots amongst them. But at the same time, there are some people talking sense about certain situations. I just wish I could get someone on here that is actually far right one day and I could speak to them and see, what the agenda is really in Great Britain and where we're trying to push people and what they really want done. But you got on the corner. What's going on? We
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm trying to have a difficult conversation, but make it, lighthearted, as lighthearted as it could be. But what have you thought of the show so far, and how's any of this been affecting you recently?
So I think a lot of people are offended with what's going on at the moment. I mean, if you're going on a march led by the former EDL leader, and let's have it right, his name isn't Tommy Robinson, his name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon. That's the pseudonym he utilizes, right? So if you're going on a march led by him, you know what march you're on. It's really simple. You know his politics. If you've got Kay Hopkins on stage, you know the politics. If you've got Elon Musk saying fight or die, you know the politics. So all this kind of this kind of nonsense that this isn't a far right rally, you'd have to be living under a rock to not see that's the case. And what's happening is economics. So the people at the top, the billionaires, Britain is bankrupt. They've bankrupted the working class. The billionaires bankrupt the working class. Now they've bankrupted the government. The only people that are left are the middle class, and they will go after them next. Watch the next budget. They'll be going after the middle class next, and they either go after the middle class next, or they go after the billionaires. And the way you go after the billionaires is by putting on a wealth tax. The billionaires don't want that. So what do the billionaires own? They own all the media. And the billionaires own all the media. So what are they going to do? They're going to flood it with stories about immigrants. They're going to flood it about stories about grooming gangs. Why aren't we talking about the white grooming gangs? Why are we only talking about the Pakistani grooming gangs? Are you telling me that the paedophilia only happened with brown people? That's a load of nonsense. Where is the balance there? It's all about immigrants and the immigrants coming over the boat. Do you know what? The immigrants that come over on the boats, it's about 40,000 people. Do you know how many visas were given out to people coming into this country? Over 1.2 million. Why aren't we discussing that? This is what's going on here. So people are just being brainwashed. And when you have nothing, you look for a scapegoat. And if your brain is being flooded by Johnny Foreigner this, he's the reason that you don't have a home, you don't have money, you don't have this. The reason you don't have this is because the people at the top have stolen all your assets. People can't even afford houses anymore. Before, my dad, his salary allowed him to buy a home. These days, on people's salaries, you know how hard it is to afford a home. So what's happened is we have not. Sorry.
Do you know how much you have? Do you know how much you have to earn in London just to be comfortable? Anyway,
Yeah, it's crazy.
You have to be on at least £4,000 a month.
It's crazy.
To live comfortably in London right now, 100% minimum.
And you know this whole kind of thing about the St. George's flag, right? You know the people, and there are some people who are just patriotic and they want to put that flag up, right? And they've been doing it for years. Why has it suddenly happened now, right? And if you and this is not about people putting up flags on roundabouts and stuff. That's graffiti. That's vandalism. What it is vandalism. You're going on public property and you're painting it. You and I couldn't do that. We'd get arrested. So just because it's a St. George's flag doesn't make it right. It needs to be called out. That's criminal. And the other thing is, the irony about this is St. George, his father was from Turkey and his mother was from Palestine. Do you think this far-right knobs would allow him even in the country? Do you think they even allow him in the country? That's the irony of it.
It's true. It's so true. And that's why he hides his name.
Oh,
but you know what, though? Let me ask you a question then. Do you think, because this is one thing I was going to say for another show, but I might have to ask the question. Do you think that St. George's flag is in danger of becoming a symbol of hate, kind of like the Confederates flag?
Do you remember the Union Jack? There's no black in the Union Jack. Do you remember all of that, right? I grew up in the 70s, right? I grew up with the National Front, so I know all that kind of nonsense. It's all coming back, Joe. The thing is, if people don't stand up now and stop it where it is at the moment, it's just going to get us. And the problem is, you've got the people at the top who have been gaslighting. Boris Johnson calling Muslim women bank robbers and letterboxes and all that kind of disgusting stuff, right? And then it goes on. It goes back to the former Prime Minister Theresa May back in 2014, having those vans saying you need to go home, and so this hasn't just started now. This has been going on through the Conservatives, and Reform have yacked it up. Reform, it's just kind of like, if people can't see their politics, he's owned by billionaires. All he's going to do is make the billionaires rich, and he's going to make the poorer. The scapegoat is always going to be the foreigner. But what's going to happen is working class white men are going to be affected just the same way as working class black and brown men, and they can't see that. They can't see the woods for the trees. The St. George's flag is being hijacked because you have to ask yourself the question now: why is it happening now? Why is this big split third about patriotism? It's exactly what they did in America. It's the same book. It's the same lazy tropes. They've done this in America. The far right are gathering pace all across Europe. They're dismantling democracies. They're dismantling governments. They've done it in America, and they're attempting to do it here. And if we're not careful, he'll be in. Reform will be in. And once it's too late. People need to call it out. So I'm so glad Neville. He's a piss poor pundit. I can tell you that much. He was a very good footballer, but for him to turn up and say what he said and call it out, I'm glad he called it out. He didn't have to do that, and he'll take a lot of slack for doing that. But good for him for calling it out. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough subject. People don't want to talk about it. People want to scapegoat brown people. Yeah. I'm sick to death of it. I'm not even Muslim. My family are Sikh, right? But if I don't support one group of people, then I can't complain when my group of people get attacked. It's really simple.
That's true. That's true. If you're silent, you're complicit, as far as I'm concerned. If you're seeing something and you're silent about it, then as far as I'm concerned, you're complicit. Especially if you think it's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's too much wrong going on in the world at the moment, especially in Great Britain. I don't know where we are as a community, as a people right now. It's hard to feel inspired to I don't want to say something wrong here, by the way, because it's like, I would love to be patriotic about Britain, but obviously I'm not British, technically, right? But I don't live anywhere else. I've been living here, contributing to taxes, working hard. And when you look at the way that people treat the situation, and the people that I've brought into, the funny thing is, right, I technically have been contributing to the immigration, I guess what you would call problem, but everybody that I've brought over here have been people that have gone straight into services to help the public.
Yeah.
Straight into the NHS. Yeah. So it's funny how I've only known immigration to be a benefit to the UK. So when I hear people saying, "Oh, get out of my country, oh, we don't want you here, and you don't, you know, you don't do what you're taking jobs from people and stuff like that. You're taking our houses." I'm like, wow. Do you know the funny thing is, the people I see coming and working, they're doing jobs that nobody was doing anyway. They're not enough nurses. Do you remember that? There's not enough nurses.
Yeah.
The nurses don't even want to work on the NHS because they don't get paid enough. Do you know? But anyway.
Do you know what I would love? What I would love, right, is every person of color, every immigrant, stop working for one day and see this economy crash on its knees. Right? If you don't want us, we'll go. Yeah, they can have this. They can have their nonsense. They've got no idea. And the other thing I want to say, right? They talk about immigrants coming here and not mixing. Well, it's funny when the Brits go across and live abroad, they're not immigrants, they're all expats, right? And do you see them mix? Do you see them learn the language? Do you see their flags up, waving up over there?
Especially in Spain, there's no English pictures, mate.
In all parts. It's
wow.
I mean,
true. It's true.
There are so many tentacles to all of this, right? There are so many layers, and you could probably talk about this for about 5 or 6 hours. You could bring a hole in every single nonsense argument that's been put out, because you know why it's done by lazy people for lazy people. Someone to blame. Let's blame him. My life is shit, so I'm going to blame him for it. No, get off your backside and sort it out, and speak to the people in power and get them to do something about it. It's really simple. Stop blaming the person who is having to leave a country where he's been displaced. He's coming from a war. They talk about these men who are coming over on the boats, and they're all men of fighting age. They come here first so they can get their women and children afterwards. You don't put your women and children on that raft. And the reason they're having to come over on the raft is because there are no safe passages to come over on. And the other thing is, I've seen the message about the broken asylum system. You've got to ask yourself, why did the Conservative Party for 14 years leave it in such a dire mess? They weren't doing anything about them. They were putting these people in these places and leaving them there for years, right? While they were giving all their mates tax breaks. And you saw what happened in COVID. 400 billion pounds unaccounted for. Where has that money gone? Why aren't we talking about that?
It's been spread around already, mate. You're never going to find that money. It's been spread around families and friends of whoever was dishing out that money at that time. Yeah. Do you remember what was that guy that was in charge of the budget at the time? And apparently his wife was a person that had set up. Anyway, I don't want to get wrong, but one of his family members had set up a distribution center for COVID vaccines, and he gave him all the money. But I don't want to get into that before
Was
I
it
say
Jeremy?
something.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few of them, weren't there? They kept losing their ministers all the time while the Conservatives were in. Yeah, but they're all doing backhanders. That's the problem. And the thing is,
they're doing backhanders. But you know what, bro? Thank you, though. Let me get the next caller in, though, man. It's been excellent talking to you.
You too, Joe. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you, because you know what? Yeah, there's certain aspects of this that I don't even understand myself. So when I speak to someone who's a little bit more versed, especially in politics, it's always good to hear what they're thinking as well. Condinio, you're going to be the last caller of the show, 100%. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Same old.
Are you Are you? Let me ask a straight question. Are you an immigrant?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I wasn't born here.
There you go. I'm an immigrant too. I am a generation immigrant, bro. I came over here when I was 7. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
My children, I guess, are second generation. You get me? Because they were born here. I wasn't born here. I still don't have a British passport. I could have got a British passport. I can get a British passport.
It's not worth it, mate. It's not worth it. It's now over $1,000. It's over. Actually, no, it's about like £10,000.
It's actually, I checked it the other day when whatever the name was, Reform was talking about. You know, Nigel Farage was saying that he was going to end indefinite leave, and it's actually 1,780 something to get your passport now. Yeah. Something like that, around that mark.
I like recently. I said I'm not going to renew my British passport. I'm not going to. I've got 2 passports. I've got British and a Dutch one. I'm not going to renew it. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this place. People complaining online and stuff like that. They don't. Not only don't they respect foreigners, they don't like disabled people. They don't like. I don't get. What's their problem? What you do? What are you going to do about? Do something about it. You've got agents. You've got agents in freaking actually Lennon. He's not even serving the country. He's not even serving the country. He's representing a foreign entity.
Say that again, because it was cutting out a little bit there for me.
He's representing a foreign entity. If you know, you know. It's not real.
I don't know if I talk to continue right now. I swear I don't know if I talk to continue right now, because even there you were saying do something. I'm not inciting anything here on this channel. I swear down, I just want to have a conversation. Yeah, we could do conspiracy theories another day, but right now I swear I can only talk on this. And Coutinho, you're worrying me that I'm gonna get in trouble. So you know what? On that note, guys, you know what? I did want to show you guys something else now. Do you know? All right, let me give Coutinho one more chance. Come back, Coutinho. Come back. All right, let's go. Let's not go too.
All right. But
I need to have a decent conversation so I can keep this sort of,
Yeah.
I can't copy. No, I mean I can't get a copyright strike, and I can't get.
No problem. You know he's been deported from 2 countries. You know he's been deported from 2 countries in the past few month or 2. Tommy Robinson. Yeah, he's been deported from 2 countries.
I saw that actually. Yeah, on something. I think it was on like the Shade Borough or something like that. Then
he's been deported twice already within years. So it makes no sense. You've got the reform, one of the reform representatives, senior representatives. His wife works in Dubai, works in the fight while he spouts that nonsense.
Is he?
Yeah, Isabel Oakshott. Her name's. She's very prominent. She doesn't turn up on ITV anymore. Isabel Oakshott.
Isabel what?
Oakshott.
Oakshott. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying something that sounded very
No. Her name's Oakshott, as in like a double T at the end. Search her up. She lives in Dubai. She doesn't live in the UK. And they're so-called patriots apparently.
This is the thing. But that goes to show you that he's happy for his wife and his family to go and earn money.
Rich his wife.
People coming here. It's very double. What's it called? Two-faced.
Double standards. Yeah, hypocritical. Look, I'm an immigrant. I obey the law of the land. I may disagree with certain things, but I respect the law. My religion tells me to respect the law of the land I live in. I may disagree with certain stuff, but I respect the law of the land. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm respecting people. Some people might insult me and my beliefs. I kill them with kindness. I'd be like, that's your opinion. Good luck with you.
This is what I agree with. Yeah, if you don't break the law and you work, I don't see why you shouldn't stay.
But the thing is, with work, there's no jobs. I've tried everything. I've lowered my standards. I can't find anything. So you can barely find anything.
There's no jobs. I wouldn't agree that there's no jobs. I just feel like there's jobs that some people are just not willing to do. Yeah,
I've lowered my standards. I've lowered my standards to things that I'm capable of doing. You know me and my condition on a personal level. I've looked for retail. I can't find anything. I've tried everything. Why am I supposed to get experience? So
how old are you?
25.
You're 25. Well, have you ever tried doing recruitment?
You need about 2 years experience. I applied for that. I've applied for 2 roles. You need experience apparently.
What kind of recruitment you're looking for? There's always, I'm telling you this, recruitment is a fast-paced environment. They're always hiring, they're always firing. Like if you get into recruitment on like a trainee level, someone will train you up. You probably something like on a trainee's, but on a trainee's pay, you probably be in about 22, 21, depending. 21.
For me, it's not about the pay. I'm just trying to get my experience, so then I can gain experience. So I can go and work in the Middle East.
You do that because not only that, the reason why people like doing something like recruitment is because you also earn commission. So if you start out and the better you are at your job, the more money you can earn. Yeah, and that's always something that's it's always beneficial to you. So look it up, bro. Trust me. It doesn't have to be something technical when it comes to recruitment. Try construction recruitment. There's education recruitment. It doesn't have to be financial recruitment or
of course.
Right. There's all sorts of avenues of recruitment. There's retail recruitment as well. So
yeah. So, I got no issues.
Look into it, bro. Look into it. Trust me. Money after Mac. You get me? Money after Mac.
I've applied for hundreds of jobs since I graduated. I can't get anything. I've emailed my university multiple times. So, and someone said you can't get a job. Really? I'm being serious. No, I can't. I had an interview. Most of my interviews were via family, a friend or a family friend. And when they say when you have no experience, I tell them the truth, and then that gets me nowhere.
Bro, I tell you what, we'll talk after stream, fam. You can message me. You got a number. Yeah. Message me. We could talk. Honestly, we can get you a job. I guarantee you we can get you a job. Yeah. And like I said, I used to work in recruitment. That's what we do. We get people jobs in it. That's what's up. But anyway, the show wasn't about that. The show wasn't getting continued enough. But it took me a little bit off topic there. But you know what, guys, I think that was an absolutely brilliant show. Thank you for all of you who are still here rocking with me to the end. It's been a pleasure talking to everybody who called in. Wrap Up called in. We Deserve Better, Condino, and there was someone else, Mark N. All of you, thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much for calling in. Thank you for rocking with me. And everybody else that's here, there's some new names that I've not even seen before, like Baz and others. So please join me again. If I pull up again soon, I'm going to try and not make it so inconsistent from going forward. So, yeah, let's go, Joe. Let's go, Joe. Yeah, guys, thank you and peace.
They don't really want to hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you could say anything you want about me. I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really want to hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them mad. And you could say anything you want about me. I ain't tripping, that don't make it fact.